Grand Rising and welcome to Grow Moringa Farms in Plant City, Florida. I'd love to show you some of the most recent trimmings and cuttings that I made off of these moringa trees here in the front. These are about 2 years old and they're on strategic raised beds that are used for intensive growing moringa, as well as they are used as a plot and a source for trees that I can put in pots as well as sell as tubers. So these are a highly productive um, space. This is a highly productive space that I'm using to help generate lots of income from moringa in a very small space. I have 9 raised beds here in the front where I planted almost 30,000 moringa seeds in April. So here we are in mid-August and April, May, June, July. So about 4.5 months, and these beds have produced thousands and thousands of dollars worth of fresh greens that I've harvested and cut back every 45 to 60 days, as well as trees that I've sold as young trees, seedlings, as well as tubers. And now the trees that are in the front have been turning into large promenade trees, and I'm going to show you how I've been managing them. Here's one little one here. Actually, I put this one particularly here, and it was only maybe this big. It was really only like the size of this tree here in about April. And now it has 2 sprouts, 2 main stems, and it is looking really, really good. And this is the key that I wanted to show you as to how I've been getting such results with my trees, because you can see strategically there's a cut here, as well as here, as well as here. Now I just made that cut about 3 days ago. There's also a cut up here. You can see here that cut. And what happens is, and there's a cut here. And what happens is every time you cut, there is a new shoot that comes out. Here's a great example. Cut once and it splits into 2. So I cut this one here so that way it would also, and I cut here so that way it would also split out into multiple more shoots from there as well. Now the next step from here is going to actually be popping the tops. So pop the top just like that, pop the top just like that, and that's how you get a much more bushier tree. And we've got some fresh microgreens because these are from the tippy tips, and that's how you get fresh microgreens. So I'll hold on to these. Let's go down the line so that way I can show you exactly how this promenade of trees are starting to grow here in the front. Look at this one. This one is about 2 years from a cutting. You can see the original cutting is here. We just stuck the cutting right in the ground right here. And it has been shooting out low. See this one here? It's kind of adding extra in the middle. We don't really need that or want that. We already have our strategic 4. We're going to keep those 4 as our main prominent pieces. We don't want any extras coming up from under there. But what I did is continue to cut. You can see this one was going into the middle, so I cut that one. This one was also going into the middle, so I cut that one as well. So strategically, I always trim and cut wherever they're coming into the middle of the tree to keep it really open, especially during rainy season when it's really wet. You want to keep the trees really open, and they'll continue to bush, but you want to go ahead and keep grabbing so that way you can not only make harvests, but also keep it drier in the colder months. You can see I made a cut here the other day. I didn't have a chance to film, it was getting dark, but already within just a few days, you can see it's starting to pop out some buds from those recent cuts. The next cut that I would make off of this tree, because look how it's starting to get tall, is once these lower start to really bush out, I made this cut. Hey, what's up, buddy? I made a cut there as well. You can see there's a cut right there. That was kind of going into the other tree or the other branch. This one here is also starting to go into the other branch. I can just pull that off. Right? Starting to get a little pocket full here. I'm going to set these down here and I'll come back to them. Now see, it's starting to stretch, and we do have some really nice greens up top. And I'm going to wait until these really bush out down below before grabbing these ones. This one's already starting to pop out just after a few days. That's beautiful, because once you start popping and pulling back the trees down below, it'll start bushing out, and then I can grab these uppers and use those leaves. Let's keep going. Look at this beautiful one. Really nice, low and short. You can see I'm cutting back and it's splitting, it's cutting back. I cut back here, it's splitting. Same thing, look, I just cut this one the other day and look, it's already starting to pop out right there. This one was kind of really tall, so I cut that one back the other day. This one was just kind of tall and lanky, cut that one back, and now look, these are really starting to pop out coming into the middle. They'll fill this space. I've got a bunch of uppers, while I have a second tier down here. I should call this one is really the first tier. This one here is the second tier, and then this one here is the third tier. I have 3 tiers in my tree that I focus on. The design of the tree, I'm structuring it like an architect. We can pull this one off here because it's just coming in the middle. It's low. We already have our structure. Same thing with this one in the middle. We can pull that one off. Anytime we see that, we can just keep our structure like that. Let's keep going. Same thing with this little mama. Nice low cut. A lot of these were cut low because of the frost. The frost caused all of these to really kind of be low like this, which I really love, the low. Then we have our first tier where I've been trimming back and cutting back. You can see a nice cut there. That's actually a cut from the branch. This is what the size of the branch was when I cut it, and then it thickened up like this. Isn't that cool? So that was the original size of this branch when I cut it, and then it thickened up. That's the whole point, is that when you cut them, they will thicken. Eventually, I'll probably grab this one and take it out of the middle, but I wanted to go ahead and leave it so that way we had some greens. So you can see we've got the upper tier. So we have our first tier, then we have our second tier, and then we have our third tier. Keep going. Low tree, low base, keeping them cut low. The first cut, really low. Then the second tier is all cut right about chest. And then the third tier is really tall. And they're all starting to bush out really low down here. Look at this. I just cut that one the other day and it's already starting to bush out right there. Okay, so I'll come back here probably in about a week or so and we'll grab all the uppers. That's when we really start to get some greens. We usually really start pumping out greens about September. So we've been waiting since March. The frost cut everything back. April, May, June, July, August, September, 6 months is really when the season starts pumping. I mean, I've been harvesting every week for the last 4 months. You can see the lower, it's cut low, real short because of the frost and the freeze. And we've got our first tier where I keep everything really short. And then I'll have my second tier in this tree right here. I'll cut these right here around this level. And then we'll have our third tier here forming over the next 4 weeks or so. This tree right here is now, it's in its second tier. So that tree that we just saw is going to look like this tree here very soon. First tier, very low, short bush. Strategic, we've got about 4 or 5 shoots coming out from it. And I'll probably pull off ones that are, say, like going in the middle, like this one is going in the middle. And just really begin to start opening up. This one is coming into the middle. We'll take that one as well. You can come through and just start thinning it out, opening it up as little steps like that. And then you get harvest just like that throughout the morning walkabout like this. A few more left. We've got our short, low bush. It splits out into 2. This one just keeps getting knocked over in storms. So I just cut it real low. It's real shaky down here because it's built up on mounds right now. and it's really just oak mulch. So now we're here in our first tier right now. This tree is about to stretch into its second tier. And we'll strategically, looks like it's pretty clean right now, so we'll just leave it like that. Now this one needs to be brought back because yesterday in the wind and the storm, it was already starting to get really blowed over. And that's just because it's really soft down here in the mounds that I have in this strategic spot. So you can see it's a really low split from the frost. Then it came out 3 or 4 shoots, strategically cut it right there. Cut them all right here. You can see this is a cut right here. That was a cut right there. So I usually cut it, about knee high. And then that's the first tier. And now this tree is going into the second tier now. This tree is also really tall. I have a third tier way up there. And the last one here on the line, this is the big mama out here in the front saying, hey, what's up to everybody? This was an older tree that I actually transplanted here to this location. So she already had a massive trunk. But I kept her short and she split out here and she split out here, which I really love, and I'm gonna keep a lot of those. Now these ones here down here are just kind of like bushing and coming out into the middle. We don't really need these. We're gonna strategically keep this really clean down low. Same thing with this. We're gonna keep that strategically clean down low. And we'll come back and we'll grab those greens. And these ones are starting to really bush out here. We might keep this one. I really like this one, but we can probably pull all the other ones like that. And that's how you get greens every day. Hey, what's up, Gandhi boy? What's up, buddy? It's King Gandhi out here. Yeah, saying what's up. We'll probably grab this one. It's kind of come in the middle. It's kind of wonky, but I left it just that way. It had some greens on it because I just came through here about 2 weeks ago. I harvested everything pretty much back that was low. And now you can see multiple shoots coming out. And this baby's huge. Say Gandhi here. What's up, man? Saying what's up? All right, cool. I just wanted to show you really quickly the front and our raised beds. They need to start getting cut back. So I'm gonna start cutting this one back. I'll start cutting this one back. I'm gonna cut back this raised bed. And I just cut this raised bed back and we had some orders. And so what I'll start doing is start thinning this out. Like there's a bunch just bushing out right here. They're really just too close together. So one of the ways to get really thick, big ones like this, so that way I have mature trees here in the next few months. Like look at this one, mature tree already forming right there. Then I'm gonna thin these out. And these ones I just cut back about a week or 2 ago, and they're already starting to repop new tops, fresh new greens already. Same thing with this. I already cut this back like 3 weeks ago, 2-3 weeks ago. Fresh new greens popping out. Same thing with this. Fresh new greens popping out. A lot of them are even just coming back from the base, where if the stems completely died, they're just coming right back from the ground because there's tubers and root systems all in the ground here. They're just going to keep coming back. All right. Much love. Thanks for watching and learning about strategic moringa harvesting, trimming, and intensive growing. If you want to learn more, continually have support, meet me inside of the members area. I go live every Wednesday for the members in a webinar series. Every Wednesday, right now it's at 5 p.m. Eastern time, but as the sun begins to go down earlier, I'll probably make it more so like 8 p.m. Eastern time. So that way anybody on the West Coast can make it. And we have a members meeting coming in here on September 9th. If you want to come to the members meeting, hop into the members area and your ticket is included with membership. So that way you can come and learn firsthand. We're going to have a full day, a full event on September 9th, and would love for you to come in. So if you need any help, if you want to get a call back from me, just text 813-567-3100. Text the word collective and I'll give you a call back. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon. Peace and love.